Hello, my name is Kevin Giesland. I am not a tax or financial expert. I am a small-time real estate investor. I can talk about it all day. I just want to kind of share some information. In this specific video, I'd love to talk about the mistakes I've made and hopefully save someone else some headaches and or financially they won't have to waste as much money as I did. So that'll be great. First thing I'd like to talk about is inspections. In my area that I'm currently at, a home inspection is usually $300 to $400. The inspector's gonna go to the home and do just kind of a general overview of everything, just to let you know what's wrong with the house to see should I purchase it or not. A pest or termite inspection is usually about $100 where I'm located. They're gonna let you know if there's any termites. Roof assessments are actually free. Roofers will go and make sure that the property is insurable. There's only one property that I've ever purchased and I did not get any inspections. I thought I was being extremely smart to save 500 bucks. I took the contractor with me to the property. I knew there's gonna be some fix-ups. There's actually quite a bit of work to be done. But I thought walking through the home with him saying, hey, how much would that cost? How much would that cost? Would save me the 500, and he already saw it. The issue was an inspection would have caught termites, mold, and foundation issues. More than likely the foundation issues. Sometimes you have to get a separate inspection. All that to say, these repairs were about $10,000 to $15,000 that I was not expecting. I know $500 isn't nothing. However, it's probably worth it going ahead and doing those inspections just to make sure that you're purchasing a home that you should be purchasing. Second item is being conservative. Being conservative with every single number you can think of. In a handful of my videos, I talked about the Burr method, and you can learn more about that on the Bigger Pockets podcast as well. The Burr method is basically you purchase a home, you fix it up, and then you refi it to pay yourself back and pay off the loan that you used to fix up the property. There's several things to be conservative there. Number one, the budget. If you think that the fix-up is going to be $20,000, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and add extra to that. So for example, I purchased the same exact ceiling fans. If they're $65, I'll put $85. Add a little bit of cushion there. For flooring, if I know the flooring is going to be $3,000, I'll usually do $3,200 to $3,500, a little bit of cushion. When I'm done making all of my numbers, I'll look at a few things that I think in the future I might need to do. I'll add money for that, and then after all that's said and done, I'll still add an extra 5 to 10% just to make sure my base is recovered. That last scenario I just spoke about, without the foundation, without the mold, that was 10 to 15,000 termites. That was 10 to 15,000 extra that I had to come up with out of pocket because I did not do a good job at budgeting at the beginning. So pretty brutal on the numbers there. An appraisal, whether you're selling the home or refinancing the home and paying yourself back, you want that appraisal to be as high as possible. In my personal experience, appraisals usually have a lower value on refinances than they do on purchases. On purchases, the appraiser gets a copy of the contract, and a lot of times it hits it right at the contract price. On a refi, they don't get a copy of the contract, there is no contract. So it's a true appraisal. They go out there, and again, in my experience, several times it's been lower. In that specific scenario, the one with the mold and the termites, the home had appraised for $25,000 less than I was expecting it to. That had me an extra thousands out of pocket because it shot short. The final item there would be closing costs. Whether you're selling the home or refining it, if you think closing costs are $3,000, put it at $4,500. Just be a little safe. Add in some numbers so that way anything that happens could be very, very positive if it's lower versus the opposite. If you undershot it, now you're going to be upset when you're in a bind. So all that to say, any number that you're looking at, try to be conservative. The third item here is contractors. I wanted to be very careful, or be very particular here, and put an S at the end there. The reason for that is it's probably a good idea to get several bids. When I first started, one, I didn't know what I was doing. The first person that told me he could do what I wanted him to do and he would do it quick, I said, sure, that's great. It was an awful situation. He ended up taking the money, couldn't get a hold of him. I don't even know where he's at. I think he left town. It was a horrible ordeal. I ended up losing about $3,000 with that. I didn't look at several different options. All that to say, meeting 2 or 3 of them, making sure that you have a clear list of exactly what you want. I've had a few folks that wanted to walk through a property with me and ask me what I wanted, and I would say, okay, ceiling fans here, doorknobs here, those light switches here, this, that, and the other, and they would say, okay, I got it, we're good. They forgot several things. Well, then it's weird. Hey, you quoted me one price. Are you quoting me for the whole thing or just the things that you actually remember to do? So the contractor that I've been using here recently, I give him a list of every single thing, and every time I go to the property and look at it, I'll literally cross off the list exactly what I see, take a picture and text it to him. That way we're both on the same page. There shouldn't be any confusion as far as did he do everything I wanted him to do or did he not? So these are just a few items of different mistakes that I've made, that each one of these, literally every one of these has cost me over $10,000 each. If you could spend a little bit of time on these 3 and just know the importance of it, that could very likely save you quite a few headaches as well as a pretty big dollar amount. So I hope this helps. If you would, go ahead and subscribe if you like this information. I'm looking forward to getting more videos out as well. Thank y'all so much. Take care.